Hi YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere, it's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. I'm back with another video. Well, this time around I'm going to have a shave with the Merkur HD 34C. Before I go any further, I apologize if I've mispronounced some of these names of these products. I tend to Americanize my pronunciation, so I think it's Merkur, could be Merkur, I'm not sure. Comment below, let me know if you know what the correct pronunciation is. And again, I apologize for mangling some of these product names. It's not the Future razor by Merkur, it's the Futur. So I understand. Again, my apologies. Anyhow, this is a 34C and we're going to shave with it today. This is a very mild razor. It's a really well-made, robust, short-handled razor. Really, really terrific. It is a two-piece razor. It just has a adjusting knob on the bottom here. You pull out the cap, which has a very long post that threads into the handle here. And of course, you can see the base plate is attached, affixed to the handle. Nice tight knurling. You can get a really good grip. Really mild razor. I've reviewed this before in the past and I've remarked that it could be too mild in some instances, but it does give you a nice mild shave, nick-free, cut-free, and definitely irritation-free. No doubt about it. A lot of wet shavers absolutely love this razor. Now, my razor blade of choice today is going to be the Dorco Prime razor blade. These are nice and thin, nice sharp edges, not as aggressive or sharp as, say, a feather, but still sharp enough to where it'll probably offset some of the mildness of the 34C. We're also going to be using the Vikings blade Forest Frost pre-shave oil. This is nice and lightweight and it really distributes well on a wet face. So I like this stuff a lot. For my shaving cream, I'm going to be using Vikings blade Sandalwood and Cedar. Nice and light and frothy. It doesn't give you a thick beard, it gives you a nice light frothy lather that is super slick. I've been shaving with the 34C all week using a variety of thicker shaving creams and soaps. I want to contrast that performance with something like this to see if it helps get a closer shave with a mild razor like this so it's not cutting through a thick amount of shaving cream. I'm going to be using my Razor Rock Chrome shaving brush. It's a synthetic brush to work up the lather. I'm going to finish off with my Ozma alum bar. This will be post-shave routine, something that I have gone back to, a very good practice. It'll knock down small nicks and abrasions and definitely knock down any irritation, although I tend to think that we're not going to get a lot of irritation with the 34C. And then I'm going to finish it off with some Forest Frost Sandalwood and Cedar Aftershave. This is really nice, comes in a pump bottle. You need maybe 4 or 5 pumps and it does a nice job. Okay, so let's get to the shave. I'm going to wet my face and get some pre-shave oil. Okay, so all I'm going to need is maybe 1, 2, 3 squirts of pre-shave oil. Again, it really spreads quickly and evenly. It's not a very thick oil, it's a lightweight oil, but it really does add to the slickness of the shave. Okay, so we're going to let that sit on there. So let's get my razor blade and we'll load that up. Here's my Dorco Prime razor blade right there. And we'll just take that and just drop it right on that shaft there, that threaded post, and then bring that down. Tighten it down like that, a little tight. And there we go. Very nice. The one thing that's great about this, because it's a two-piece razor, it's very well made, very precise blade alignment. You're not going to have to worry about it at all. Once you load the blade, the alignment is spot on. Very nice, and it has a great weight. A lot of folks regard this to be the battle tank of safety razors. It's that well built. And it really is very robust and has a somewhat industrial, organic look to the chroming. So really very nice overall look and aesthetic to it. It's not bright and shiny and chromy. It is well chromed, but it is a little more subdued. And as I say, has that nice industrialized look to it. Very manly look, very rugged look. Okay, so we're loaded up there. Got the shaving pre-shave on. This is my Chairman shaving bowl where I'm going to be making my lather, my Chairman shaving bowl by Vikings blade. So I'm going to get that much shaving cream, and we're going to put it in the shaving bowl here like this. Now, this shaving cream likes water, so you get the best performance when you err on the side of a little more water than not. So I'm going to just rinse this a little bit, not a lot. I'm going to put the remnant in there, into the bristles, and I have a little bit of water in the bowl from when I dumped it out. So I'm going to get a little bit of water, just a little more water on the bristles here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a lather. And the key to this is to try to dial in the correct ratio of water to lather. And if you get it right, and it's going to take you a couple of times, you get a really, really nice, super, super slick lather. And this is coming along nicely. And it gets to be somewhat foamy, thin, but it is very, very super, super slick. So I got quite a bit here. Okay, I'm gonna finish up on my face here because this is very, look how foamy that is. See that? There's a lot there already. There's a lot there. So we're gonna go ahead and get it on my face here, but there's a lot there. And it can get a bit sloppy if you're not careful, especially with a synthetic brush. But it is super, super slick. And again, it loves water. Look, you can see how much it's starting to generate here just by doing a little more face lathering. Yeah, make sure you're over the sink, that's for sure. All right. Now, as it thins out, so to speak, it really leaves behind a very nice residual slickness. And that's what you want. So that's what I have right now. And I've got plenty in the bowl, more light frothy formula there. Let's heat up the razor. All right, here we go. 30 degrees. Wait a minute, let me just get a little bit more light there. Okay, all right, here we go. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. I recommend having a towel nearby because this stuff is so slick. Even this handle is getting just a little slippery. All you need is a light touch, and believe me, there's a lot of slickness there. No tugging, no pulling, just a slick cut. Okay, that's the first pass down. Let's rinse. Well, I can tell you, compared to the other shaving creams and soaps that I've used that gave me a really thick lather, like a Santa beard, this first pass is probably the best of all the ones that I've used with the Merkur 34C. Really, really very, very close. I'm very surprised. Usually with the 34C, I'm doing 3 passes. Let's see if we are going to need 3 passes with the Vikings blade shaving cream. Probably will, because it's the 34C and that's just a mild razor, but let's see what happens after the second pass. Again, this shaving cream really likes water, so the fact that I have residual water on my face is a big plus. And you can see again, it's giving me even more than it did the last time and has a little more consistency. The second pass is always I found better than the first when it comes to the lather. So you got to hang in there with it. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and wipe my hands off. Again, it's very, very slick stuff. Okay, this is our second pass. We're going to go east to west across the grain. Just very, very slick. Okay, that's my second pass done. Let's rinse. Well, I dare say I am good for the office after 2 passes with the Vikings blade, Sandalwood, and Cedar. If I wanted to go on a date, I would definitely need a 3rd pass. But if I wanted to get by at the office, definitely would have, right now I have a darn fine shave after 2 passes. But because the 34C is such a mild razor, I'm going to do a 3rd pass because if I were going out, I'd want to have this 3rd pass. So let's go ahead and do it. But it'll be a light 3rd pass because most of my beard has been knocked down. I have a few areas that need to be trimmed, so to speak, but that's only because the 34C has such a narrow cutting angle that you have to really use strict technique in order to get it to shave efficiently. So it's not the fault of the razor, it's the fault of the operator. And when I go from other razors to this one, it's almost like I have to tighten up my technique a little bit. Now, I've been using it this past week, so believe me, my technique has gotten really, really good with it. So that's why I was really surprised that after 2 passes, I could go off to the office. But I'm going to do a 3rd pass here, a light pass. And I also want to see how much feedback I get from the Allen bar too. If I get a lot of stinging or just a little zing. So we're going to go south to north against the grain. All right, as the 3rd pass down, let's rinse. The nice thing is, that boy has a nice shave. That was a really, really nice shave. And really, there's no irritation here at all, I can tell you right now. There's no tugging, no pulling. And the nice thing about the Vikings blade shaving cream is, because it's so slick, you can do a little buffing here and there. With most shaving creams, once you remove it, don't shave over it again because there's no protection there. With the Sandalwood and Cedar, there tends to be a little residual protection there, but still you might want to throw on a little more if you're going to do some buffing there. But really, it really is very good for buffing. That's what I found. If you want to do a little bit of buffing, but really this was a nice combination razor and shaving cream. Okay, I'm going to do my 2 final rinses, one warm, one cold. Okay, here's my warm water rinse. Okay, I'm going to do my cold water rinse. Now, it takes quite a bit to remove the residual slickness from your face. This stuff is really, really slick. The Vikings Blade Sandalwood and Cedar Shaving Cream. Very, very slick. And really, you have to do a lot of rinsing to get it off because it will remain there. Which is why I like it, because it gives me so much protection and slickness when I do use it. All right, here's my cold water rinse. All right, I got a nice fresh clean towel here waiting for me. That's a nice shave. Wow. That's a nice mild shave. Very, very nice. Okay. So, I'm going to run some cold water, and I'm going to use my Osma alum block to run over my face. This is really a good practice, something I started doing again. It'll knock down irritation and any razor burn. Will close up those small abrasions and maybe even some small nicks you might have. Just run under cold water and rub it on. Okay, I'm getting just a little zing, very, very faintly, meaning that I got a nice close, mild shave. All right, so what you want to do is you want to pat this dry, just pat it dry, and then set it aside and let it air dry, and it'll be good for the next shave. All right, so what I like to do is I like to let that sit on the face for about 30 seconds or so, and then move over to my aftershave balm. So I'm gonna wait here a little bit. Okay, some guys, that's been 30 seconds. Some guys like to rinse it off. Sometimes I rinse it off, but more often than not, I just let it sit on there for 30 seconds before I apply my aftershave balm. Again, it's the Vikings Blade Sandalwood and Cedar aftershave balm. Just wanna kind of keep the scent consistent throughout the shave. And again, really nice shave. There's 5 squirts in there. That'll be more than enough. Okay, maybe 1, 2 more for upstairs. Has a little bit of alcohol in there, but it's also got some good moisturizers and other good stuff in there. Great shave. Really, really a good shave. I mean, a nice, close, irritation-free shave. And I think the performance of this razor for this shave was due to the Vikings Blade Sandalwood and Cedar Shaving Cream. It really did a great job. No irritation, no nicks, no cuts, no tugging, no pulling. The razor is mild, used a little sharper blade, but boy, oh boy, the Vikings Blade Sandalwood and Cedar Shaving Cream. I love this stuff. I really, really do. I have it in my rotation and I use it as often as possible because it gives me such a nice result. And use it with a wide variety of razors, but really it worked very well with the 34C because again, with 34C, it's on the mild side. And if you have a thicker lather, you'll be cutting through that, so to speak, shaving through that. And this was a nicer approach because of the thinness, the frothiness of it, the slickness. Really, you know, the blade is hitting the skin a little closer, I think. That's my theory. Really, this razor did a nice job. Again, little narrower of a cutting angle. You have to really tighten up on your technique and really watch what you're doing. I slipped up a couple times here and there because I am on camera, but when I'm just me and the razor, then you can kind of hone in on your technique a little bit better. But the Vikings blade, Sandalwood and Cedar, did a really, really great job. All right, hey, that's it. Thanks very, very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Comment below. Let me know. Check out my blog, georgetoon.com/blog for my comic strip George, other cartoons, other videos like this, and I'll see you again real soon.